About 10 minutes from me by train lies this park. Beautiful, sunny, couples everywhere. In April 1994, 27 dismembered body parts were found scattered across the park's bins in black plastic bags. To this day, nobody knows what happened. I actually was at Inokashira Park only last month, and I took these duck pictures over here. So when I looked up weird murder cases in Japan, I was actually quite shocked to find something this close to where I live.
Subscribe.
April 23rd, 1994. A park cleaner starts her rounds. She opens a bin bag. A human ankle falls out. Police arrive. And what they find across Inokashira's park trash cans is unlike anything Tokyo has seen. 27 body parts, one person, each piece sealed in its own black bag, each placed in a separate bin. The victim is Seiichi Kawamura, 35-year-old, an architect. He's gone to karaoke in Shinjuku the night before and never came home. Now here's where it gets disturbing. Every single piece has been cut to exactly 20 centimeters, not roughly, exactly, using an electric saw. The body had been completely drained of blood, which would require an industrial amount of water. This wasn't done in a bathroom. This required space, equipment, and knowledge. The cuts were clean. Whoever did this understood human anatomy. And 3 parts were never recovered: his head, his chest, and his genitals. Taken deliberately, kept or destroyed somewhere else. Why those parts? Nobody's ever answered that. 2 witnesses saw men carrying black bags in the park the night before. Nobody got a clear look. Neither man was ever found. No murder site, no blood trail, no fingerprints, nothing. Just the bags, the pieces, and their precision.
Like the video.
There are 3 main theories. None of them are proven. The method screams professional disposal. The precision, the drainage, the calm distribution across separate bins. This is not how a lone, unstable killer operates. In 2015, 20 years after the murder, a man known as K came forward. He claimed he had angered a foreign crime ring operating in Tokyo in 1994. He believed Kawamura was killed by mistake, wrong place, wrong time, near K's world. Police investigated, nothing conclusive, but the method matches how criminal organizations handle body disposal. And the 1990s were exactly when Japan's old yakuza structures were weakening and foreign networks were moving in. Someone with medical training. The cuts were too consistent to be an amateur. The 20 cm precision, the efficient blood drainage, the removal of parts that make identification and cause of death harder. Head for dental and facial ID, chest for organ injury patterns. This wasn't random mutilation, this was informed. The profile points to a doctor, a mortician, a veterinarian, someone trained to see the human body as a physical object. Some investigators reject the syndicate angle entirely. Their reasoning: if organized crime wanted Kawamura gone, they make him disappear completely. No body, no bags, no evidence. Leaving their remains in a public park is either a message or a mistake. This theory says Kawamura knew his killer, that something personal, a debt, a dispute, a relationship, triggered it. The mutilation was cover, not ritual. No one credible from his life was ever surfaced, but Japan's social pressure not to get involved with police may have kept key information buried.
Watch until the end.
Japan has a 99% conviction rate. Sounds impressive, but that number only tells you what happens after someone is caught. When no one is caught, the system has almost nothing to fall back on. Japan's justice system was built around getting suspects to confess. When there's no suspect in the room, the investigation stalls. The forensic infrastructure to build a case independently without a confession has historically been weak. The DNA database. In 1994, it barely existed. Even now, it's small compared to the US or UK. The Setagaya family murder in 2000 produced a full DNA profile of the killer. 25 years later, no match. Because if your killer isn't in the system, the profile sits there doing nothing. 2 men were seen in Inokashira Park the night with bags. They never came forward. In Japan, getting involved, becoming a named witness, carries real social cost. It's not cowardice, it's a deeply ingrained instinct not to make yourself part of someone else's problem. And it costs investigations everything. The anti-organized crime law passed in 1992, just 2 years before this murder. The old yakuza structures were suddenly illegal. New foreign networks were filling the gap. Police were mapping a landscape that no longer existed. The Inokashira case landed right in the middle of that blind spot. 30 years, no arrest, no suspect, no explanation for why those 3 parts were taken. This park is 10 minutes from me. The person who did this probably still walked these streets for years after, maybe even longer.
Leave a comment.
Before you make up your mind about what happened, and I know you already have, listen to these side details first. They don't really fit neatly into one of the 3 theories, but they might change how you see all of them. First, the cleaner who found the body wasn't even doing her rounds when she opened the bag. She thought she saw raw fish through the plastic. She was going to take it home to feed stray cats. That's the only reason the bag was opened at all. 2. The bags were sealed using a specific fisherman's knot, the kind used by people who work with nets and lines, not a standard tie, a practiced, functional knot that holds under weight and moisture. Someone with that specific skill tied every single bag. 3. The 20 centimeter cuts weren't arbitrary. Investigators later measured the opening of Inokashira Park's trash bins, the exact slot you push garbage through. The opening was 20 centimeters by 30 centimeters. The killer measured the bins first. Every piece was cut to fit the slot. This wasn't a body dumped in a park. This was a body engineered for the park. 4. The case hit its statute of limitations on April 23, 2009, exactly 15 years to the day from when the body was found. Under Japanese law at the time, if no arrest was made within 15 years, prosecution became permanently impossible. At midnight that night, whoever did this became legally untouchable forever. Kawamura's father published a book the year after the murder. He wrote it himself. He titled it Record of a Grieving Heart. He wanted people not to forget his son. Nobody was ever caught. So what do you think? Who was behind the murder? So let me know your own theories in the comments. I will read them all. Also, I'm still a very small channel. Every subscriber and every like counts. My goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers. So please help me with that goal. Please subscribe and like the video right now. Other than that, see you next week in a new video. Bye.